sweet, so won't you come with me? There's oh so much to show in this grimdark distillery. So if you like bullshit or want some hobby tips, this Nightmare Priest and Binary Herald Magnificent welcomes you. Hello, my sweets. Hi, Mowgli. Good morning, Possum. Wonderful to have you all here. Let's see. I think today we're going to try to finish this boy. And I've got a little bit of green stuff already going from yesterday. I'm just trying to get it to warm back up. I fucking love bullshit. Me too. That's my favorite part. Well, I like the hobby tips too, and the grief jokes and all the things, and the company, and yeah, all of it. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit firmer than I would like it to be, so we're probably going to make some more green stuff in just a second. But we need to figure out where to put this stuff. And I see a spot right now. And when she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. I'm just fur and teeth and blood and bitter angry bones. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good old fur and teeth. Alrighty. I'm really glad you guys like that stuff. It's been a hot minute since the old fur and teeth days. So I guess I could show some progress that I got done yesterday. I'm going to put this little bit of green stuff on there first, and then I will. There's the poker. No. Okay. So, yesterday, I did not make as much progress as I wanted to, but I did make progress. So, progress is progress, as they say. But, I got a decent amount done. I've got a giant cross that I can show you guys. Which I'm sure there's gonna be somebody who says it, but yep, here's a giant cross for my game table. So this is from Hexbricks. It is one of the giant cross, like watchtower communications towers for Trench Crusade from the artwork. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's pretty dope. And then we've got another one that printed last night. It's not done entirely, but we're getting there. Son of a bitch. I need to glue this on because it's just going to keep falling off until I do, apparently. But here's a giant bunker. Not giant, it's big though. It's a big old bunker. And a smaller cross tower that goes on top of it. The roof is printing out right now, but it's pretty solid. It's got a whole bunch of little stuff down in there, so you can put your little guys in there. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is more terrain for Trench Crusade because I've already got a 4x4 board that is going to look great with some of the terrain that I've already made for 1490. As well as a bunch of terrain already made. So I'm going to be trying to play some Trench Crusade as well soon, but it is not the focus after 1490. That'll still be heresy, but you know we're going to do some trenching on the side. A little bit of trenching on the side. Ballista. I just finished wrapping that up in rope, string, whatever you want to refer to it as, just a little bit ago. It is supposed to be like a fully functioning ballista, so it's got the shit. I'm trying to think of what that would be called. Whatever the rope is that you like pull it back and it creates the tension. So pretty stoked about that. Now I just need to have the cannon, and then I'll have all of the siege weaponry built for 1490. I think I showed the Swabian mercenary that I made yesterday, but I've replaced, he needs a hand still, but I really dig this model. I cut a few things off. The base, I printed out a bunch of stuff from Distillery, but I really like this model as a Swabian mercenary who is supposedly heavily armed and highly skilled. He is one of the characters that you come across in the 1490 Fall of Rothenburg campaign, and I like him a lot better than the original one that I made, which was just a quick little, trying to do not too much, but I don't even know where he went now, but that's okay. It was very mediocre, a very mediocre model that I just kind of threw together. I am kind of curious as to where the hell it even went though. Oh, there it is. So yeah, initially it was just this guy with the round bubble helmet on that the scavenger has, and I like this much better. Still need to replace his hand, that hand. It was holding a knife, and I cut that off because he didn't really need 3 swords, including one that's his Zweihander. That just is a little crazy, a little silly. But yeah, just got to do a little bit of work on him. All of the bucket helms, I cut the eye slots out yesterday. That took a hot minute. And Otto, the big bad for the campaign, I added a little portcullis kind of viewing glass made from etched brass. Let's see, this way. Can we focus on that? There we go. Yeah, just a little portcullis made of essentially a bunch of photo etch. It's a photo etch piece for a grill cover, essentially, I believe, on some tank. What else did I finish yesterday? Swapped out a head on this guy. I'm much happier with that head now. I've got all of the little quivers and whatnot added to the enemies, the basic enemies. And then I did a shit ton of painting on the castle stuff. So let's take a peek at that. We'll see. Fuck me. All right, let's see. How does this look? This dirt is completely different than the other dirt. So that's different. That's news. That's news to me. This dried different. Still looks good, but it's a different tone. So I'll have to adjust that. Anywho. Hell yeah. Welcome, Fewin. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wonderful to have you here. So yeah, the castle. Just go ahead and put those pieces together. I'm pretty pleased with how it looks, especially the top. Looks very muddy. Yeah, man, that looks great on camera. Looks great in person too, but I was worried how it would look. Yeah. So essentially, these are the ones that we were painting for forever, and then I just heavily weathered the shit out of them just because, you know, it's a castle. No one really is on cleaning duty in a castle, so grabbed a little Vemmet for scale. Vemmet for scale, since grief is not really a good one to use for that. But yeah, I'm really happy with where we're at. I don't think I have too much. I just pretty much, yeah, it took all day pretty much working on getting all that done. I am a little bummed that the color is a little off, just because that throws off how I was planning on working on them. Let me grab, yeah, as an example. Yeah, that is what I assumed the mud on the front would look like, and that's what it looks like on this one. So it's a big tonal difference. So I'm gonna have to adjust something here. And that is why it's frustrating when you pick up something that has been rebranded and relabeled. It's not the same colors anymore. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to make some more green stuff. This is getting hard and sticky. I don't know if that's David the Gnome, but I feel like it is. I need to watch that still. That intro to see if that's where it comes from. Could be, could not be. So where is this going to go? Probably, we've already connected that, we've connected that. It's going down in that little crevice. I knocked something off my desk. I need to clean this thing up. We'll go back here. Right in that area. There's a whole lot of stuff that needs to be fixed back here. So we'll just start pushing that in. I'm gonna go ahead and get that wet. Or lubricated, if you prefer that term. That would be the more accurate term, because it's not wet. It's just now greasy. Greasy, grimy, grossy, crazy. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna get into it. Start working. I do fully think that we can get Grief finished being built today. I'm hoping so. Hell yeah. That's too much. Yeah, it is definitely time to make some new green stuff, I think. There's like definitely a window to where it's just like, okay, we are good to save that. And if we do not freeze it in that window, we end up with this, where it's too already set. So I think it's time to make some more. I found a bunch of other teeth that I forgot that I had printed that I was like, man, those would have been really good because they have a lot of the roots still showing. But I do not think we need to put any more teeth or anything else like that around here. I think we've got enough wild, crazy little details. I'm gonna make more green stuff. And I guess I'm gonna put some more gloves on. Here's a glove. I'll use this one. Get that Nevea off my hand. How's everyone doing this morning? Hopefully you guys had a good rest of your day yesterday. Glove. Another glove. A lot of gloves. Just lots of gloves hanging out around here. I don't think I showed the fence, but I printed out a fence as well. I'll grab that. And here is the picket fence. Pieces of the picket fence that I printed out to go along with the little village. Just gotta paint that now. But it will be used. Blowing up my gloves like balloons. Today is Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, September 23rd, the day of our Lord. Man, I do not like that I put this stuff in such a deep container. That's probably enough yellow. All right, now we just need some blue. Yellow and blue make green stuff. Don't tell nobody though. I'll know. I'll know if someone squeals. Let's out all of our secrets. Yeah, that looks like about the same. Blood and bitter, angry bones. Those are my bones. Yeah, blood and bitter, angry bones. That is that line comes from back whenever I used to go to the gym every single day. I was going and I was training for a marathon. I used to run a lot, and then I fucked my feet up real good, like permanently. But I love that line so much. Thank you. I think one of my favorite lines is in "You Can Be the Saddest Clown." It's took all the words you spoke out back and put, or actually no, that might be too good to forget. Took all the words you spoke out back and put them down. Yeah, no, that's too good to forget. Yeah, took all the words you spoke out back and put them down. That's probably one of my favorites. But yeah, gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, when she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. Whenever I was trying to get ready for like that marathon, I did a whole bunch of interval training. And one of the things was 2 days a week I went and I swam laps, and I would swim laps as fast as I could, and then I would get out of the pool and I would like let my heart rate like go back to kind of normal, to try and by doing intense like cardio, which like swimming laps is like full body, but doing intense cardio and then just relaxing, so like your body has to like calm back down, and then doing it again, and then calm back down and doing it again. It does a lot of like muscle development, toning. It's really good for losing weight, and building up endurance more than anything. But yeah, so pretty much I just did a whole bunch of endurance training, but it was a indoor pool because it was like kind of during the fall ish. Yeah, it was fall. But there was a girl that would always come in around the same time, and she very clearly was a swimmer. And I love swimming, but there's a big difference between someone that's like doing swimming laps for like solely the reason of like trying to destroy all their muscles and rebuild them, and someone who is swimming because that's like what they're training for, is just swimming. But yeah, never looked tired, no matter how many laps. Oh, I thought it was when she came. No, there's a lot of other references in the EP that are along that line, but not that one. Would be fitting as well, though. Now that's in my head. Oh, such a fun EP. Such a fun chunk of songs. It's just a really fun 30-minute set to play. My music buddies hit me up yesterday about something, but I have not read the group text. Group texts are so overwhelming for me because if you have more than one in your life, it's just like you're constantly being notified. So it's just like, ooh. Okay, this is so much easier to work with. The band needs to regroup. Insane. I hate it. Yeah, that. Discord's, I do enjoy Discord. it is just, it can be very overwhelming for me because I will fall down that hole and never get out of it pretty quick. So that's, I don't mean to not hang out in the Discord and chat. It's just whenever I've got stuff going on, I have to force myself to not. No, I would like to. I don't think it will happen. Sean has 2 kids now. And before that, before he had the first one, we didn't really practice just because he had so much stuff going on. I would love to, but can't really have a 2-piece with only half. And I don't think it would feel right with anyone else drumming. I've had a couple other people try to, like, oh, hey, show me how to play that song. I'll drum. And it's just like, I don't know if you'll get it, man. Sean and I were in real sync. Like, so in sync that if I got 2 beer drunk and started completely playing something else because I forgot how to do it, how to play the song, he somehow would be able to like drum along with the crazy nonsensical noise that I was just making. And that's a key part of it. I say the guys that hit me up were the members of Guts. So I don't know, there might be some more Guts stuff soon. One of the songs that we would play live with Guts was Ingenious Design, which is the outro for Dragged into Turbo Lasers. I wrote that for them, but we would play the actual full song live with Guts. And eventually, I think Grant put lyrics to it, and it was very much about Dionysus, which they all very much enjoyed the concept of King Piss whenever I was really working on that stuff, which King Piss is just the modern day Dionysus. The idea of if the god of like revelry and wine was around now, would he still be called Dionysus? And I was like, nah, I think he'd be something way more ridiculous, like King Piss. That's where that name originally came from. Yeah, I do miss playing music though. You guys were in sync. We were. Same here, man. I find myself staring at chat. That's it. Yeah, like you guys were in sync. We were in sync. Yeah, we were very in sync. We were a really big proponents of in sync. I don't have a lot of people are like, oh yeah, and by a lot of people I mean people that like pop, which I love pop, but I do not have a preference between a lot of boy bands. I know that that's blasphemous, but I never really was into NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, so the nostalgia of it is not there. Honestly, the closest one that I think, I enjoyed the New Kids album that came out like a decade and a half ago, whenever they got back together. I did enjoy that. There are some real good bops on that one. I can make pop recommendations all day. Most of them will be Japanese. Starting with Inflow. Also, Jocho. Skibbity. Dang, do you still get royalties? Probably. Probably like a fraction amount. I don't even know what email they go to, though. But yeah, like royalties for Spotify and that kind of stuff are just so, unless you're really trying to make that your sole source of income, I don't even know how much we got over the years, but it's like comically small that it's just like, I'm okay if I don't get anything from it. I still have a box of EPs that I don't remember where I put them because it was just like, man, every time I look at these, I get bummed out because I'm just like, yeah, I've got like 60, I think, left of the 100 that we like had made, and they're just CDs, not actual 7 inches. And we were planning on doing the full length on vinyl, but we never did. And then we kind of just went on indefinite hiatus. But pocketed AdCon. See, like that's hello, it was for the NSYNC joke. Oh, gotcha. Pocketed AdCon. See, I meant to just throw one in to every time I mailed somebody something. That way I slowly would get rid of them. But I don't know where they are, and I realized that whenever I mailed Nick the shapers. Hydra sent a bunch of these shapers. They're very nice to me for Nick's sculpting class that I ended up not doing. So I just held on to them forever until Nick was like, yeah, you know, just mail them to me whenever it gets closer to the next time I'm going to do a class, because I don't really need them now. And also the post office, man, I hate unpaid internship. Yeah. That's awful. I'm sorry to hear about that. What are you an intern for? That sounds fun. That doesn't sound fun. But it could be fun. It depends. You gotta look. You gotta look at the positive notes sometimes. That did strike me as a little funny. We watched Cabin in the Woods. Oh, that's a problem, especially if you want one eventually. Oh, the EPs. Yeah, I'll find them. They're somewhere here, in a box. Also, stickers. I've got a bunch of fur and teeth stickers, which are pretty much just a long black strip that just says fur and teeth in big block letters. But I don't know if. Let me see if I've got. I might have one of those like hanging around here. I really do wish I knew where those fucking EPs were, though, because again. There's a lot of them. I gotta clean out the crawl space today because I think we're gonna get out of all of our Halloween decorations. And let's see. Here's a backpack. Nope. 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 I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. Do not have any of my fur and teeth stickers or the EP to show what they looked like. The EP was pretty solid. The picture and whatnot, the artwork for it. We took the pictures at, especially if unpaid internships are fucked as an institution. Yeah, essentially the idea that, you know, you're learning how to do the thing, but often they don't have you doing the thing that you would actually be doing. They've got you doing other shit for free. But that's another discussion, as they say. I suppose it could be good, depending on, I mean, if you have, yeah, actually, no. Internships should pay you regardless. You should be paid for your work. And I know that the argument is like, oh, it's in like college credit, but it's just like that does not give you food or pay your bills or, you know, house you. Things like that very much seems part of the scheme. There we go. Sculpting some awful gums. Flesh, gums, gums that turn into skin. Eli, you've been doxxed. It's on the Fern Teeth website. What now? You then also need a real job to survive. So only those with means can truly work it. Yeah. I've been doxxed. When Anna was going to cosmetology school, she had to do haircuts and the school pocketed the money from the client. She was essentially paying to do work. That's fucked up. I've been doxxed? Have I? Do we have a website? Like, is it the Bandcamp? I don't know. I don't understand. It says where the band is from. You haven't been doxxed. Oh, okay. Bandcamp just says the city. Oh, okay. Is that bad? Should people not know what city I live in? I don't know, because I would think that like a lot of, and this is, you feel free to educate me on this, because I'm used to knowing that at any point in time, like you could go to like a town's like records and like find a lot of information about people. That ain't a dox talk. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it's more of a I'm such a hermit, guys, that I'm like I don't know. Now I'm assuming doxing would be like, oh, my address is, and then I just tell you where I live exactly. That would probably be a correct dox. Or, yeah, I guess that's it. Yes, that is. Okay. Thank you all. I will make sure not to dox myself. No promises, though. In local news, a man. On a horrifying note, the people that I'm probably the most afraid of already are in my town. So. Oh, good old Bible Belt. Alrighty. Right now I don't want to advertise my location because fascism was fairly heavily over it. That's, yeah. Oh, yeah, no worries. That's, yeah. That's it. Y'all ain't looking hard enough. I ain't hard to find. Not you all. That's a little bit of Polo G. Grief. You're safe, Ross. Don't fall for the news. Also, don't dox yourself. Where the hell did I just put all that green stuff? Put some down. Oh, I'm friends. I'm not safe. I'm sure it's near. I mean, towards the right. I don't want to hurt you. See, that definitely. Unfortunately, there are not as many people out there like you, Mowgli. I wish. The amount of dumb shit that I have heard for decades where I live is just, it's insane. But yeah, the fear of being burned as a witch is something that I have been very, very aware of my whole life based on where I live. Pretty keyed in when the blueprint writers of admin post marching orders in the press makes being against fashion. Yeah, that's nuts. I don't know. There's definitely. I don't want to get too into it. I try to make this I want this to be a safe place for everybody. So that's it. But I think that's it. Trying to show people, oh hey, you can be a good person, make fucked up art, and also be empathetic. This is my whole goal. But yeah, I also don't want to get too riled up. Which is easy to do. I have emotional dysphoria. Man. That's me. I'm not talking about like other people. Sorry, not dysphoria, dysregulation. Extreme. I check a lot of boxes. Like, yes, thank you, but there's bigger fish than yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things I'm just like, I don't even know where to begin. But I also, again, was raised in a very conservative area where understanding history and being able to be like, I can see some connections here, does not end very well, which is wild to me. But I perpetually like to learn and like to know that the information that I'm saying is correct. So history is a big thing that I like to reference. That's my soapbox. Read books. Don't burn them. Except Merkborg. You can burn Merkborg. They tell you to. I do love that I'm pretty sure the entire reason that it says that in the book is because of someone's really, really shitty reaction to the layout of Merkborg, which is like my favorite. They just pretty much, someone was just like, I hate this book. It makes my eyes hurt. I want to burn it. And Johan was just like, can we use that as marketing? Well, you also, you're further north, so yeah, that, man, yeah, there's a big difference between, I think, a lot of Southern conservatism, because they typically also have a nice Confederate flag out in the front yard, all that jazz. I'm just saying, Roz, there's more good than bad out there. Look for the good. I love you, wish you safety. Oh. No, and that is, yeah, no. And that's the kind of community I would like to make. Thank you, Muckley. Thank you, Roz. Both of you. We just have to be the change that we want to see in the world. And that starts by talking to each other and trying to understand. I truly believe that. Being empathetic to one another is something that I think all people could use. No matter which side you lean, anything like that. Empathy is one of the most useful tools in our belt as humans. And it can be very hard, but you're very correct. And positivity is attractive in the sense that the more good you put out, I do think that the more good appears to happen, or at least you're at the very least more likely to notice it. I know personally I am like that. I moved to the good. Believe me, with the feds being unilateral homes, just stating that going to get rough out here. Yeah, no. We live in a wild world. A wild, wild world. And I'm not trying to put any of my views on anybody. I also am pretty upfront that it's just like, when you get here, I'm making some real metal looking blasphemous shit. So, you're kind of in for a ride. But that's where the discussion comes in. And I think, again, art is a very useful tool, especially if done correctly, because it makes people empathize or relate in ways that other things cannot. Some things we don't have the words to explain, so you make stuff like grief. Hey, there's a bunch of green stuff. I don't know where that went or where that came from, but that was what I was looking for a minute ago. Now, right here. I'm not trying to ruffle feathers. I'm glad we can communicate about turmoil. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, that's open discussion. I'm very open to discussing things. I've talked about it before, but one of my closest confidants is very religious, and I am a registered Satanist. So there's and it's wild how you would think we would have nothing in common, but we actually have almost everything in common. And that is a member of the Satanic Temple, not the Church of Satan. The ones that are actually pretty much just an equal rights movement, that's the one I'm a part of, not the one that's like, I worship the devil. Not that. Yeah, my feathers ain't wild. Hell yeah. No. But no, yeah, discussing things, and I can't stress enough, the reason that, one of my closest confidants is someone who shares a different religion than me is not because I'm like, oh, I need that opinion, but it's just because he's just a close friend, and he just also happens to have different beliefs, but by being able to talk about things in a very calm and respectful way with each other, it's just we both have, he has done a lot to make me realize, oh, hey, you can have different beliefs and not think that everybody who's different than you should just be burned alive. I have a coworker that is racist, and I'm Native. We talk, and I don't think it makes him a bad person. I do think he's more of a hate-filled person, though. I'm trying to align him. Yeah, no, and that definitely, I don't even know. I don't even. I mean, that is definitely, you can definitely make people realize, hey, things are different. It's just they have to want to change. But yeah, showing them, hey, there's literally nothing worth getting all worked up about. We're all just the same. It's very important, but it's hard. And that's where a sense of community comes in, where it's just you gotta have a place that you can feel safe to talk about things. I spelled that wrong. From my understanding, from talking to him, he went his whole life being there. That's it. Yeah. No, and that's living where I live. I see that a lot, and it's very frustrating because it's just like you were not born like that. You were raised to think that way, and most of it is misinformation. It is just ignorance. It is just trying to explain things in a very poor way. A lot of it is just manipulation, but there's just so much that kind of shit. Yeah, fuck Nazis, fuck racism. I don't even feel like a human, so it's just like I have a hard time dealing with people with really insane views about stuff like that. And there's a lot where I live, which is probably why I make stuff like this. Had a pretty big impact on me. I have, I guess, roughed that up. Try to remove that. Just snip it a little bit. There we go. Yeah, ignorance and often enforced by it. Yeah. Antifa, baby. Damn. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alrighty, where are all these little wiggly things coming out at? Over there. They're coming out over there in that hole. Arg. Let's put a little green over there then. Make another little mouth. Meow, meow, meow. Nom, nom, nom. Mouth, mouth, mouth. He needs more mouths. It needs more mouths. It's all about respect. Be good to each other and yourselves. Just trying to be like a good, fucked up Mr. Rogers, Bob Ross, you know. Just trying to help out. Hey, I'm just here trying to help out. Just, you know, don't be afraid, man. Treat folks the way you want to be treated is the root of my political ideology. That's it. Good. Don't have work today, but still, duh. Atri, she is with us this day. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to have you, yeah. On this fine, fine day. Big, sleepy. Oh no. Just so sleepy. I feel that. I woke up this morning. It was so silly. I guess not this morning. I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I was like, man, I think it's storming a little bit. And then I looked, and Theo was like, I have a body pillow that I was like sleeping on, but he was on top of the body pillow, being the little spoon, all snuggled up against me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, look at you. Such a good baby. Such a good boy. No! Where did that go? Where did that come from? I think it was, oh, it was right there. I see it. Where the hell did my super glue go? It's over here. I love waking up in the middle of the night and finding out I'm getting snuggled by a little kitty. It's good. Oftentimes, though, I wake up in the middle of the night because I'm being snuggled by a little kitty who likes to lay sideways on the bed with his legs stretched out. And that causes me in my sleep to roll over on Kelly's side. And she's just like, babe, you're on my side. Can you roll over? And I'm just like, I'm trying. But there's a little fluffy person that is just very adamant that he cannot move. He can't move anymore. He's on the edge. He's not. I want a cat. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. They are great. They definitely help me get through the day sometimes. A little fluffy companion. Okay. Is there any super glue in here? No, that's empty. Is this still glued? Yeah, it's glued. Okay, we're good. Oof. 8:58. Do your cats ever pose a risk to your models? How do you prevent that? No. Like, they don't really mess with my shit. If something's on the ground, like, but Margot, none of them have ever jumped up on this table. Or that, like, they don't really get up. They don't mess with my shit, like that. If I've got stuff out where I know that they like to play around and mess around, then they might, but the most that's ever, like, really ever happened was, I think one time we were trying to play Space Hulk, and we were playing in the living room, and I think we just were, like, laying, like, everything laid out on the floor, and I think that is when, the only time they've been like, hey, what's going on over here? I did not glue that in the right spot. It was there. I see it now. But Theo came and grabbed a Gene Stealer. He was a Gene Stealer, which I really enjoyed. My cat is a major risk to my models. That'd be important for me. Getting one who isn't mischievous. Yeah, I think it might be because she's an only child. They're respectful little babies. Yeah, that's, Margot was just like, oh my goodness, Dad, we've got so much work to do in the shop today. Okay, go get to work. I'll go lay in my little kitty bed. They're good. They're good babies. Spoiled. I cannot stress that enough. They are spoiled, rotten. And I guess maybe that's why they don't mess with my stuff, is because I've never told them. They've never really had to deal with being told no. And when they do, so that's, yeah, it's, I need to figure that out. I need to figure out where we would put it. So Margot has a little couch that don't know if it would fit up on top of the cabinet or not, but she would definitely like that. That's definitely her kind of spot. But I'll grab her little couch so you can see it. Yeah. So, Margot has this little couch behind our couch, and it is covered in Margot hair. But this is Margot's couch that she watches TV. It sits like this with its back up against the back of our couch. There's so much hair on this. Margot, once she picks a spot, it becomes her spot and the hair sets in. But she sits on this with her arm over here, so she like is watching TV with us. She's a good baby. And then usually while I'm streaming, she's over in front in the studio area in her coffin bed, which is equally covered in hair because she's also a vampire. I don't know if we've ever discussed that, but she is a vampire. I think it's in the living room or the front room. It's moved around a couple times, but we've got one of those signs that you like can change what the letters say, and it says, "Though she may be small, she also be a vampire." Oh no, she's the. Let me count how many beds are in the basement right now. Let's see. We got the coffin bed. We got the couch. There's another couch upstairs that's in our bedroom. This is Theo's baby bed. This was Theo's first bed, but now Margot uses it. And this was in the shop for a while. Now, I'm going to show this, and she's probably going to get mad that I'm touching all of her stuff. But this is one of my favorite Margot beds. It's not a bed. It's a toy bed. It's a box with holes in it, and there's little balls in there. And if you look, you can see that there's a lot of hair around these holes. And that's because she likes to get on top of it and then put her feet down in each of the spots. And that's how she likes to sit in it, and she sleeps in there a lot. And I like that a lot. She's like, I gotta log in. Yeah, she's very, 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 very silly. Yeah, I think the coffin's probably the most ridiculous bed they have. They have too many beds. They don't have too many beds. They have a lot of beds. But anytime Kelly's just like, maybe we should rehome some of these, or maybe see if there's like any of the toys that the babies don't really need. I gotta go do girl things. Have a good rest of the stream. You too. Bye, Atri. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. Gotta go do girl stuff. Margot says, I get it. She's like, Dad, you wouldn't get it. It's just girl stuff. Like not having allergies. She's like, Margot, are your allergies getting bad? She's like, oh no, I don't have those. I'm a little girl. And she's like, oh, okay. I don't know enough about it, what she's talking about to argue with her, so it's just, oh, okay. Jumbo. And that was the part of the stream where I show off all the little baby beds in my basement. It's important. Sometimes you gotta know, like, what's Margot like to lay in when she's not being real cool on stream? And now you know. And that's half the battle. Margot says the other half is getting in the trenches and doing the bashing. Bash them like a rat. Right, Dad? Most of my education comes from reading things about World War I. Wink. Okay. rotate that and try to pull that down. We are really making good progress here. Just tripped my fire alarm. Fuck. Trenches, good idea? Bad idea? Great idea. Now, when you say trenches, good idea, bad idea, do you mean like making some trenches or just in the trenches? Or just if trenches are good in general? I'm a very big fan of the trenches. Margot's in the trenches like a motherfucking stormtrooper. For those of you who don't know, that's where the term stormtrooper came from. It's trench raiders. The OG trench raiders. Stormtrooping. Trenches, very cool. Trench foot, super cool. Yeah, now as far as like overall trench warfare, yeah, it's awful. Very interesting to read about or learn about though, and play games involving it. Don't want to be there. Where are we? Is there any? Where the hell am I? Okay, I see some spots over here. I'll go ahead and put a big old blob down here. Also, fun fact, stormtroopers were obviously the first like trench raiding specialists, but most nations had an equivalent. I think one of the most now well known, thanks to things like Battlefield 1, was like the Arditi of Italy. I wonder if trenches will have a comeback as primary warfare when that long hole collapses. Fucking terrifying. Whew. When that long hole collapses, fucking terrifying. Yeah, God. That's just more efficient for drone strikes. I highly doubt it. Yeah, I don't. Okay, trenches very cool. The concept of digging a really long hole, sick as fuck. Sick as fuck. Dude, it's just like a really long hole and you all get in it. I would assume not, just because we don't have. They would not be very effective now. Now, they were a lot more utilized in World War II than I think people think, but that's just defensive. Like, we would have to have a very monumental, like, world change for them to become viable again, just given how technology is now. Because they pretty much overcame the effectiveness of trenches, like during World War I and World War II especially, with the whole Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg makes trenches pretty difficult now as far as like cities and stuff. I think artillery is too accurate. Yeah, and with the ability to remotely scout, is its reliability or remain in one place for too long. Warfare has moved towards being more. Yep, there you go. That's exactly what I was saying, Possum. Yeah, pretty much with World War II and the refinement of vehicles and vehicular warfare, it really changed. The trenches were still heavily used in World War II, but they were not the main form of warfare, which was, well, I mean, World War I there was a lot of trenches, but there also was a whole lot of city fighting and also vehicles. But trench warfare being the number one, and artillery is pretty much what won wars. World War I anyway. Artillery and yeah, naval fucking bombardments. Naval shit. That's so scary. Yeah, anything where you're just like, I don't know what that sound is, and then everything just explodes around you. It's just horrifying. Which I do think I have not played it anytime soon, anytime recent. But that was one of the things that Hell Let Loose absolutely nailed, was the sound. Sound is such a key part of design when it comes to like making movies, making games, anything like that. But they legitimately made artillery one of the most horrifying things to hear, because it was so realistic, where you just hear the boom from so far away and you can just hear it coming and you're like, I don't know where it is. Boats OP, please nerf. Yeah, boats OP, please nerf. Zeppelins, not as OP as you would think. Turns out having a large amount of extremely explosive material being the sole way that you power something, it's not the best choice. But man, Zeppelins are fucking cool. Nothing like a big old battle blimp. Battle blimp. Like Battletoads, but in the sky. 9:12. I'm going to go ahead and take a little break here. I'll be right back. I gotta pee. We are really, there's just a few spots that need to be filled in, so we're definitely, yeah, we are good. We're doing great on time. We're gonna finish green stuff in this bad boy today, and then we'll be on to painting. Not today, but we'll be on to painting. So, okay, hold on one second. Beep, boop, bop. We're back.
in blood and bitter angry bones. And when she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just fur and teeth in blood and bitter angry bones.
And we're back. Eli, you might enjoy the game Foxhole. It is a computer game, though. That sounds like something I would like. I do like a good foxholing. Wait a minute. I enjoy, if it's a game that involves trenches, I enjoy that. I'll say that. Not a good foxholing. That's probably not a good. That's not a good statement. That's not one I want on a shirt. But that does sound rad. If it's, I'm assuming it's probably a trench game that's heavily involved in like World War One. Like it sounds like it would be almost like an Arma kind of thing, based on just the name. Kind of like Verdun, where it's just lots of time just crawling around in trenches and getting shot once and then being dead, and it's just like, yep, I do like that kind of stuff. I haven't played Battlefield 1 in so long. I do love how that game still is just, if you want to play it, you can still play it, because despite being like a decade old, it still is very populated. I think it has ebbs and flows. If I recall, it simulates the logistics for. Oh, that's cool. Now that's different. Huh. Okay, where did that little piece go? Logistics of warfare. Pretty gnarly. Come on, there you are. Ha ha ha, gotcha. You're not getting away from me. Top-down massive multiplayer. Top-down massive multiplayer for system war that requires logistics, construction, massive amounts of money. That actually sounds very rad. So like an RTS? I miss the days where Hell Let Loose had just a bunch of people role-playing. That was, and by that I mean like the good kind of role-playing. Now it's mainly the bad kind, I think. Man, this is chow. I'm gonna need a Slipper Crispy on the Big Bug. Back when I used to be able to just like get on the leadership comms and say stuff like that, and they would do the best to try and assume what the hell I'm asking. No, you control one person. It's like a twin. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, it starts a World War I attack and moves up to into World War II as the war progresses. Once the team wins the war, resets, and you go, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Huh, that does sound like something I would like, for sure. Okay, come here. Come here. Actually, stay down there. Stay down there and become part of this. Become part of something more. Need a little more in the veil. Well, that sounds real rad. Oh, but also, that's awesome. We played Frostpunk, the second one just came out. I downloaded Frostpunk, but I have not played it. It was one of those things I was like, oh yeah, that's available. That sounds like my kind of jam. But I did not know they were making a second one. One game that I'm really excited about that I absolutely am like, hold back, because I got too much stuff going on to start playing the game. But the Ghost of Yotai, I'm very pumped about that. I love the Ghost of Tsushima. Shock, I know. It's weeb season, baby. And they know it. That's why Yotai's coming out. But I'm still working on Sekiro. Which last night was the night I fought my dad. The Lord. My dad's a big owl. I fought him. I very much enjoyed going back and playing Sekiro. Very, very fun. I am stuck currently on the Corrupted Monk, though. But making progress. You know how well it runs on Steam? Not Blue Rose. Frostpunk's cool. City Builders are rad. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. We're going to combine those. These are going to be joined. I think Margot is over yelling at Kelly. She's just like, why are you home? I love Steampunk vibes. Yeah, hell yeah. Once I get a monitor, I need to catch up on RimWorld DLC. I've not played RimWorld either. No, I love Steampunk. 1490 is super steampunk. Definitely one of my favorite vibes. Aha. That tooth needs a gum. Erg. Slowly but surely, we are finding all the spots that need to be fixed. That's good. Pretty solid. Sometimes you just need a bunch of gums all over all the teeth that are growing out of your body. I haven't played RimWorld by Love Me at Dwarf Fortress. I've not played Dwarf Fortress either, but I think that's also in my library of games. It's just like, I should try that since it's there. Where does this guy come from? Oh, he's coming out of that hole over there, so that's good. This is good. Hand's good. That's good. Good, 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 good. We're going to merge that with the ground. Include. Honey, what are you crying about? Did you want to say hi to everyone? No, don't pick me up. I'm upset. I don't want to talk about why I'm upset. I don't think she knows why she's upset. That's typically what she does. I think, okay, I haven't played RimWorld, but I love Age of Force. I'm more terrifying now that I found out why chainsaws exist. Oh god. I think you would like RimWorld. Eli Space Colony Sin has loosened up morale. You can resort to cannibalism and using human leather. Yep, I would like that. It was used to get babies out of them in the 1800s, and lumberjacks found out it cuts trees down really well. Is that real? Is that... What the... Really? That's gnarly as fuck. How did I not know about that? That seems like some information that I would know. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. What the fuck? That's nuts. I believe it, but that's nuts. Also kind of makes sense when you think about it. Also kind of makes it a way more like, okay, so like my whole idea with the donkey was much more closer to what they were originally used for. Except instead of a baby, it's a donkey in a house. And a little bit different application. But you get what I'm saying. Yep, fact check me. Exactly. That's wild. Now I'm very... What did the original ones look like? Jesus. Again, that makes sense because that's insane, but I could see that absolutely being like, yep, this is the appropriate tool. 1800s. Well, don't worry. We'll go ahead and we'll get the chainsaw and get your baby out, and then we'll strap a chicken to your arm to absorb the poison that you've got going on. I do like that a lot. For a while, that was a thing that they thought that they could cure like diseases by tying a chicken to like the infected wound, and the chicken would absorb whatever was in your body. Chickens. Margo likes chicken a lot. She prefers the chicken flavor of most things. Just fact checking. Yeah, it was to open the pelvic bone. Fuck me. Yeah, imagine the noises. Oh yeah, that's gnarly. Yeah. All that tracks. Man. I feel like there's probably a better way. Also, imagine being like, man, now I know that this is crazy, guys, but what if I've got this saw at home, but what if instead of using it for like helping babies be born, what if I cut down trees with it? I'm just like, you're gonna bring a baby saw? That's dumb. Baby saws. What are you gonna use a baby saw for? But, oh shit, that actually is really good for cutting down trees. Huh, you're right. I could see that happening. And man, I bet those also for excising diseased bone. Yeah, that was the better way all along for 1800s. He was the innovator. Yeah. God, that's nuts. Damn. Yeah, that's gnarly. I did not know that. Well, I'm excited to tell Kelly about that. She's gonna love that. Margaret's like, I knew. I love chainsaws. Well, now I kind of want to know what did an 1800s chainsaw look like? Was it literally just... It's probably like a logging saw, like those big long ones maybe, or something similar, I would think. Or was it like a modern day chainsaw? There's no way it was like a modern day chainsaw, right? Or is it like an actual chain saw, like one that... I'm gonna look it up. 1800s chainsaw. 1800. Oh, shit. No, that's not what I expected it to look like. Holy fuck. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. I gotta tell you, did not expect them to look like they do. That looks fucking rad as hell. That's rad as hell. Yeah, hand crank. That's gnarly as hell. The more you know. The more you might sleep. Or not, well. The more you know. Never sleep again. Okay, I see one spot over here that needs to be touched up. At this point, we are just looking for the very small things that need to be fixed. Is that? Yeah, okay, it is. Yeah, that is gnarly. I did not know about that. But I'm always excited to learn something new. Also, that sound, I mean, God, yeah, the more I think about that, the more that makes sense. It's just like the amount of like medieval torture devices that are just like, okay, who the fuck came up with this? Like, yeah, someone with too much time. The pear being a prime example. Nobody likes the pear. Anyone who wants to look up what the pear is, who does not know already, you're welcome. Right in there's a spot. Hand crank. Okay, hold on. No, it's also for, I know, it's like a whisk. Thank you, Mr. Ballin, for strange, dark, mysterious stories. Hand crank. I'm a brazen bull guy myself. I've always been a fan of the brazen bull. Hell yeah. Man. I want to play Trench Crusade so bad. I just want to build Trench Crusade stuff so bad. But I've got so much other stuff I need to finish. And we're almost there, though. almost home free. I need to paint Wilhelm and Behringer and just a few models, and then we'll be able to start playing 1490. I realized that today. I was like, I don't actually need to finish every single one of these models first in order to play. I only need to finish ones for the first game, since I'm probably going to do it on like a weekly basis, each story, each mission. Alrighty. Oh yeah, over here. This guy. Come on. Nope. Found it. Okay. So how are we going to connect this? Oh, and that also needs to be filled in. But, okay. So this needs to go into this area. Damn it, come on. Right there. And we'll push that in. We're going to turn it this way. Damn it. Come on. We're so close. I could, and probably should, and probably will, because this is probably not going to work too well until I do. But maybe we can get it to work. Honestly, didn't know if that was going to work, but it looks like it did. That's a fuck. There are people screaming in the burning barrel and was mocking. Sounds like a bull when he's dying. Let's make it a bull. Now you possibly people with bull. Yeah, no, it's fucked. Yeah, it's wild. Dark Ages were pretty dark. A lot of real just fucked upness. Okay. Right up here. So close, almost done. Oh yeah, blood eagles. Yeah, they're all kinds of gnarly stuff. But the blood eagles, I remember talking to him and seeing in Midsummer was gnarly. Yeah, I feel like I need the wheel that sends back. Oof. There's also the good old breaking wheel. Everybody loves a good breaking wheel. Just get all your bones bent, your limbs wrapped around a wheel. Is it Judas's pyramid or the Judas triangle? I'm trying to remember. I think it's the Judas triangle. That's another fucked up one. Yeah, Iron Maidens, it's funny, we're not really, I don't think they were much as prevalent as people think they were. They're very romanticized though. When people I think of like torture dungeons, they think of that. But I don't know how many actually were used. Now a whole lot of forks, Heretic's Fork, and like chastised masks. Really tie heavy rocks to your legs and make. Oh yeah. Blood eagles when they break your ribs from behind and pull out your lungs to your back. Oh yeah, yeah. And then the Judas's triangle is essentially where they string you up over top of a triangle that rips you from groin open. Via the butt. These are just the things we like to talk about on this stream. RedWetSkeleton stream stuff. Son of a bitch. Get back on. You're getting glued. Come here. Okay, I think that's it. I think everything else is good. Just doing a quick little check. One little spot in there. Little spot right there. Bodies. We were gonna watch Bodies last night again, and it was a little silly spoopy, but it did not turn out to be streaming anywhere, so I was frustrated by that. So instead, we watched Cabin in the Woods, which is always enjoyable. I think the last little bit's going to go right around this corner. A lot of the stuff around this edge down here is going to be filled in with the basing material on the very edge, so won't need as much of that. Huh. Get back here. Pirated. Morning, Eli. Hello, JJ. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Alrighty. Yeah. All right. I think that is it. Oh, good morning, friend. Notifications are on too. So because I've been checking YouTube live streams all morning, you didn't show up until now. What the fuck? Oh man, I'm sorry. Morning, friend. Notifications on too. Yeah, I don't know. That is weird. I've had that kind of shit happen before though, where I was trying to watch a stream and I waited, and then I messaged them. I was like, hey, you guys gonna be streaming tonight? And they were like, yeah, we're streaming right now. And I'm just like, what the? Sometimes I think YouTube just likes to make people upset. Yeah, I think we are good. I think the rest of the spots towards the bottom we won't really be able to see like this where it merges in. That'll be covered by some basing material. I think I've got all of the little tongues that are coming out. A nice little creepy mouth around them. Got the bones merged. Yeah, I think we are good. I think we are ready to move on to painting. Which, with that said, it might be time to glue the bells. So, because they're going to get painted anyway. So they're not going to. Bells, bells, bells. It's time to glue the bells. Lovely, are you East Coast, Midwest? Hell yeah. 8. Yeah, I start 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Wait, no. 8 o'clock Eastern, that'd be 9 Central. So, yeah, Midwest would be 7. We can glue that back. Yeah, we can glue that back. We're going to glue that back. Okay, come on. Okay, I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's good. Ruined, unsub, throw the model off. Oh, man. No, we got it, we got it. Ruined, unsubbed, throw the model out. Possum's done. He's like, you ruined the string. We're done here. Whimsy eliminated. I'm not mad, just disappointed. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I wish you hadn't have done that. Hadn't have ruined. I am a little disappointed. Dad? Dad? I am gonna try and do something stupid. I did it. Give me back my skin. Just a little skin. Dad? Yes, son. Yeah, I hear Dad with the question mark. The first thing that pops into my head is always just the most memorable part of BioShock for me. I did not see it coming. It scared the shit out of me. And it was the weirdest dialogue. But I was in this cellar, like a wine cellar or whatnot. And there's a dude around the corner, and I go around the corner, and I was getting ready to deal with him, but then he turns around and goes, "Dad?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" It scared the shit out of me. I didn't expect it. But no, it was not his father. It was me with a monkey wrench. BioShock. Love BioShock. Apparently they're still talking about making a movie or a show, or it's just like, I don't know. feel like it's not going to happen because it's been supposed to happen for like a decade. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with grief. Now I'm ready to start painting, which that'll be probably not tomorrow, the next day. So tomorrow, no stream tomorrow, guys. It is Kelly's birthday, so I will not be here, but I will be back on Thursday. So, Dad, I don't know. Luke Skywalker probably. Dad, I am your father. No, man. Every time I think about that, I think about my friend's mom, who like within the past it's been like within the past 3 or 4 years, watched Star Wars for the first time, and somehow, despite all of media and pop culture, had never known that Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father, and her mind was blown. And it's just like, I can't imagine like finding that out in like 2021. Like, how do you not know that by now? Just from spoilers, just from, even if you're not into that, like, it's just like, it's a very, very happy birthday, Kelly. I'll tell her you said so. I'm making up a character for a superhero RPG, Mutants and Masterminds from Green Horn Games. I'm not. Oh, I don't get the reference. I don't understand. Is Luke? Are they related? They don't look anything like each other. He's like a robot man. He's like a 7-foot tall android man. The fight with him in the very first, like, A New Hope, it's a lot funnier when it's just like, that's an old man fighting a 7-foot tall, super powered android, like, or cyborg. Like, sorry, not android, cyborg. Don't wanna get my synths, my synthetics mixed up. But yeah, no, I think we'll probably we'll probably stop here just because I'm kind of hungry. Clanker, guys, I don't get the reference. Clanker. Arg. I don't. Okay, what's the clanker? Is that like a prison? Clanker. Oh, Clanker's a good name for like a character. If he's real clanky, or if he's not, or if they are not. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm kind of hungry, and I'll set to pee again. Slur for robots. Oh man! Don't make me say robot or offensive robot slurs. I mean, I love robots. I love you, Greeblin. I love you, Greebo. You're great. You are my children. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna stop here. So no stream tomorrow, just because it's Kelly's birthday day. So I will be back on Thursday. Say it every time. I'll say it again. Thank you so much for hanging out. Your time is the most valuable thing that you have. Asset, commodity, resource, whichever you prefer. The fact you want to spend it with me means the world to me. Thank you to Mowgli, Possum, Roz, Fune. Let's see, Mowgli, Roz, and Fune. I know Atri was in here as well. Atri. Possum, Roz, Atri, Fune, JJ, and is that it? I think I got everybody. I think that's everybody. I think that's it. I think I got everybody. Okay. So yeah, I got JJ in there. Cool. And I will send Kelly the happy birthday wishes. Thank you guys. Take care. Be good to yourselves and to each other. Take care of yourselves and each other. Sit pretty. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye, friends.